Welcome into an NBL Marketplace edition live here from Las Vegas Summer League. I don't know what day it is because it's been a long few days. We're currently watching the Grizzlies take on the Golden State Warriors. Will Magnay's out on the floor. Alex Tui. There we go. There's a bit happening. We thought we'd bring you some more updates on some names we're hearing, some rumors. But Olgun, we've been around for nearly a week now. How are you going?
I'm okay. I have so much envy for the Illawarra Hawks who just got here. You know, at every other team you can tell they're a little bit disheveled, they're a little bit fatigued. The Illawarra Hawks come in, Matt Campbell, Big Joe, they got in town and they're sprightly.
There is a significant fatigue factor that comes with Summer League. There is a lot of tired people around, all the agents, everybody. It takes its toll on you, but we are here to give you some names that we've been hearing as teams trying to finalise the roster. Do we think that we'll see a signing in the next couple of days? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think we will, but it means that we're getting closer because the progression, all the talks are continuing to build up. And it's also worth remembering for fans back at home. Teams come over here with a long list of players, half of which aren't even here. Their agents are here or representation or past clubs are here. But also those other players might be on the end of the bench and start to play over the next couple of days. Kendrick Davis last year, we were here, we're trying to talk to him, played in 3 games, averaged 3 points, and he ends up being nearly the MVP of the league. So the first couple of days are two-way guys who are contending for that. You've got draftees, vets, so it's hard to try and evaluate talent. Make no mistake, teams are preparing well in advance of arriving here with this.
The guys who are performing at a really high level here at Summer League, they're the ones who are going to get those third two-way contracts. They're the ones who are going to get really high-level Euro contracts, things like that. But it's speaking to the agents of those players and those agents saying, hey, we've got this guy who's at the level, really high-level guy that maybe fits in the NBL, fits with your team. And we've seen examples of that already during Summer League where I've seen agents speak with NBL teams and say, hey, like, this guy's playing for this team over there. Maybe go take a look at him. And then you'll see a head coach or a GM sort of shift buildings, go from the Thomas and Mack to the Cox Pavilion and go look at a different guy. So again, they're doing their due diligence. They're doing the work out here, even if it's not as simple as player plays well, we will sign that player.
And we understand how hard it is to try and get these rosters sorted when you've got people from all around the world here. So this place is not that easy to hide. You see a lot of meetings taking place here at the venue. They might be quick. They'll go out to dinner and all of that. Apologies for the quick break there. There was a timeout, and the one thing they do consistently here is play music at a ridiculously loud rate.
The longest timeout on earth, but with an absolute banger.
More what we're trying to say is we're about to bring you some names of things we're hearing is there are a lot of conversations going on during Las Vegas. We hear a lot of things. We try to bring you as much as we possibly can. There's a lot that has a sensitive nature to it as teams try to get all these rosters signed. So we're doing the best that we can. As we said right now, the Grizz, the Warriors are playing some Australian touch right here. Previous game was the Wizards, and that featured AJ Johnson, who's looking very athletic out here, and AK Gap. Now, he had some good sides, and he's someone that right now I don't think everybody's talking about.
Yeah, we sort of forgot about AK because there was an expectation that he will probably come into Summer League and then maybe try the G League route to figure out what's next for him. But he's still technically, when it comes to Australians and Kiwis, the local players, he's probably the best available when it comes to the non-marquee guys. And he's also a big, which is one of those coveted positions. You can get a backup big like AK Gak, someone who can play above the rim. That's really coveted. And so, you're looking at teams out here thinking, it's like, wait a minute, what about AK Gag? We almost forgot about him. So, I'm not saying anything's going to happen, but there are a lot of teams out here who saw AK Gag play and it sort of piqued their interest.
And understandably so that's one to keep an eye on as well. But let's get into, I know why you're all here. You want to hear some names that we're hearing linked to teams. We've done as much as we can. A couple of names out there we're starting here. I'll lead off with the Charles Bassey that I dropped earlier in the week because that was a name that was brought up from a couple of teams, and he has been unbelievable here at Las Vegas Summer League. Double-doubles. He's a formidable force, a really, really big piece down low. We know some teams need an impact center. I also said in the roundtable a couple of days ago that looked like it was not going to happen. I don't think that door's completely shut. It's open ever so slightly. Do I think he'll be in the NBL next year? No. But the conversation,
the door feels ajar. Speaking to people around the gym, whether he gets a 2A or not, it seems like a mixed bag right now. So it's not a certainty. But this is a really unique time where a lot of NBL teams are looking for good bigs. And that's one of the best bigs.
And you have to wait, and there's a bigs in particular you have to wait for, right, and see exactly where they fall. So that's one that I'm keeping an eye on because I've seen him up close, and he'd be fun to watch in the NBL.
Yeah. Again, teams out here looking for bigs. I'm intrigued whether they're going to find the ones that fit the needs, right? You look at Melbourne United, they want someone who can give them 14 and 8. You look at the Jack Jumpers, assuming Will Magnay,
He looks good.
He looks good today, but so assuming he stays with the Grizzlies, they're looking for someone who can give him 10 and 10, right? So different needs, but again, bigs across world basketball are so valuable, and they're so sought after that it's really tough to get the really high level ones to the NBL.
So give us some of the other names that you're hearing around because there's some good talent on the board.
Yeah, so the first name I heard this a couple of weeks ago, was Javonte Smart. Now, he's a 6'4" combo guard, has had a couple of two-way contracts over the years. A lot of teams are interested in him. He can play on and off the ball. So that's one of the two guards out there that I know is on the short list of at least one team. The other one's Taze Moore. Now, this is a 6'5", more of a shooting guard, but also a combo guard, can handle it a bit, but he's a super athlete. He's also someone who an NBL team has reached out about, and someone who I think would be really exciting in the NBL. We don't get off guards too much. The focus is usually on those point guards, those ball carriers, Parker Jackson, Cartwright, Kendrick Davis, Jalen Adams. But having these off-ball guys, there's some intrigue in them. You see Rob Edwards last year, it's super dynamic, the athlete.
Versatility's key too. That's what makes it very intriguing.
100%. If these guys are combo guards, the sorts that can also ball carry, then multiple positions, ball carriers in the playoffs. These are really important things.
And there's a name that you brought up a week or so ago as well that's gained a little bit more steam.
Yeah, Xavier Simpson. So when I mentioned it about a week and a half ago on the marketplace, it was someone who I knew that Perth had reached out to. Perth Wildcats reached out to Xavier Simpson, 6-foot point guard.
Be fun to watch.
Coming off a really good Euro Cup. Euro Cup is a really good competition. Averaged 18 and 8, led the Euro Cup in assists. So he's a 6-foot point guard, an absolute floor general, right? If you haven't seen him play, he's played with a couple of NBA teams. He's Captain Hook. He's got that patented hook shot for a 6-foot point guard. It's really unique, but it's really effective. Now, that interest, I'm told, is quite strong. And when you speak around the gym here, the Perth Wildcats really do like Xavier Simpson. That wasn't just a throwaway line that I put out there as someone they've reached out to. I'm told the interest is quite strong.
Well, we're counting down to halftime here, which means the music's coming back. So have you got another name for me?
I do. One name I heard around the gym is DJ Carton. Now, he's a 6'3", 6'4" combo guard, a really good athlete, a super athlete, plays above the rim. He's with the Portland Trailblazers. He's been on a two-way contract before. With the Trailblazers, he was practicing yesterday, and I was around the practice gym. I see Josh King walk out there looking for a point guard, a combo guard, similar to what Amari Moore was. I also saw Danny Mills walk out that gym. I saw John Riley walk out the gym too. So a lot of teams getting eyes on these teams, a lot of NBL teams looking at these NBA teams in practice. I know DJ Carton is a name that's on some lips.
And these are some fun names. We've been hearing it all and trying to break it all down for you. So there's some ones to watch. Another one that I have is Cassius Winston, 6'1" guard, 2020 draft, lightning quick. He'd be fun to watch. I heard it was getting closer at some point. It's really backed off, but there are just some names. It's the halftime. Lights up with some music. I'm not sure how long we'll wait around. I haven't eaten in 10 hours, so I'm ready for some dinner soon. But hopefully there's some names you like. There's still a few more days left. Olgun, appreciate it as always.
Thank you very much.